here's something that'll blow your mind. InSight is doing amazing on the surface of Mars. After that incredibly dramatic EDL moment, we've landed, the solar panels have been deployed, and we are poised to put the seismometer on the surface. But before all that excitement, there was the time when we were preparing for launch. Another incredibly dramatic, critical event. And so the lander here can't launch to Mars like this. It has to be protected, it has to be folded up. So the whole thing gets bundled up into a really compressed state here. That you see here is where it's coming down through the atmosphere on its landing jets. And this whole thing gets encapsulated in the back shell where the parachute is, the heat shield, which protects us as we plummet through the atmosphere, and the cruise stage, which provides power and telecommunication during cruise. Here is InSight getting assembled. There are the instruments on deck. The lander legs are stowed there, and the back shell is getting placed on top. Here it is upside down, and you can see the legs and the central body, and the cruise stage is down here. The heat shield is a very incredibly important component, and it's really delicate. It actually is designed to ablate away, to be pulled off by the heat that comes into the atmosphere, or that comes into it when it plummets through the atmosphere. And that has to be protected. It's delicate. It's made of cork, for goodness sake. So it has to be, it can't be smushed against the mass of the spacecraft. And so what you have to do is you have to mount this to the spacecraft by this collar below, which means that it sits atop the rocket here, upside down. The instruments, all of the equipment on the deck that you see right side up on the surface of Mars, launched on top of that rocket in that incredibly violent, shaking moment of liftoff. Everything was upside down. Everything had to be secured essentially to the ceiling before it took off. So, I don't know, that's just one thing that I think is freaking cool.